and we are back with another banger. So please smash that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, I just finally watched the Jamel Herring versus Carl Frampton fight. It was a really good fight, very entertaining fight. What I will say is that, from the get go, I seen that Jamel Herring and his team were very vocal. You can hear him through, pretty much you can hear him through the telecast. Andre Ward was talking. I would hear, shouts from Jamel Herring's team, and that plays a big factor in the mental aspect of it. And it's definitely the opponent. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, you guys, where Jamel Herring's confidence was at an all-time high. I mean, you got Terrence Crawford with you. You got one of the best fighters in the entire world, if not the best fighter in the entire world. You got him with you. You know what I mean? And you pretty much got everybody, in your corner that's, pumping you on and telling you to do good. So from day one, from jump, I could tell that the morale was really good in Jamel Herring's corner. So moving forward, round one, it was a really good round. I believe it was either round one or round two. Carl Frampton got dropped, but it was one of those things where they didn't call it, and it was one of those funny little knockdown, where it's like, damn, would you consider that a knockdown or not? You know what I mean? It was tricky, so they didn't consider it a knockdown, and the round went on or whatever like that. Moving forward, in the fight, you could tell it was apparent that Jamel Herring was gaining more confidence as the rounds were getting more. But then there was flashes that Carl Frampton would show, where he would do really good, and you would be like, wow, he's actually gonna be in the fight. He's in this fight. He's in this fight to win. You know what I mean? But then again, then you got Jamel Herring coming right back and taking his confidence away from him, which he's supposed to do. So it's one of those things, man. You gotta understand that boxing is a mental sport as well. So you gotta have you gotta be confident about going in there. And I seen a post-fight interview. Well, first of all, let me tell you who won. Winning this fight in dramatic fashion was Jamel Herring. He ended the fight with a flurry of punches. First of all, he knocked Carl Frampton down, I believe, once or twice, and then the referee threw in a towel of Carl Frampton after he looked out on his feet, or he looked he just looked he didn't look like his legs was all there, should I say. I wouldn't say he was out on his feet, but his legs definitely wasn't there at all, and that came with age. That comes with age. But yeah, man, Jamel Herring did an awesome job, and putting away Carl Frampton, when he was hurt, and jumping on him when he was hurt. A lot of fighters don't have that killer instinct, with that type of, knowing when it's time to get a fighter out of there. And right before Jamel Herring got Carl Frampton out of there, it was a flurry. Carl Frampton was having a really, really good round. You know what I mean? And we were thinking, I was like, wow, he's doing really well. And bam, he catches him and drops him. Herring drops him. And right after he dropped him, it was pretty much good night, Irene. He stayed on him and pretty much put him away, man. And Carl Frampton post fights talking about he's pretty much gonna be done. And Carl Frampton got dropped in the 5th round, and it was a jab that dropped him. You got to remember those jabs, you guys. That in your excuse me, those jabs that a fighter tells you or a trainer tells you to work on in camp and stuff like that, those play vital roles in the fight. Carl Frampton said in the post-fight interview that he couldn't get past the jab. You know, he said he would have in his Pies earlier day, but, you know, right now he couldn't get past the jab. So, you know, Jamel Herring his eye got cut open too, and it was blood dripping in the eye socket of Jamel Herring. And, you know, like I said, it was one of those things, you guys, where I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, I thought Jamel Herring was doing good, but I mean he was showing vulnerability as well. So it was one of those things where it was like, damn man, you know, Carl Frampton could win this fight, but he had to dig down deep, and he didn't have it anymore, man. He just didn't have it anymore. You know, I think this is Carl Frampton's last fight. Jamel Herring is gonna move on to bigger and better things. It was almost of a passion of the torch, but you can't even say that because they're around the same age. But you know, it's like one of those things that Jamel Herring keeps winning, man. Even against all the odds, man. Against all the odds, man, he keeps winning, man. You know what I mean? And that's a hell of a thing to do. That's a hell of a thing to do. You know, when a guy keeps winning like that. And so yeah, man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please smash the hell out of that like button and subscribe. And until next time, you guys. Peace.